NHL regular season recap night 72, just 4 games tonight, and the first of which was one in which the Red Wings tried to make it way too interesting. Patty Kane scores the first 2 goals in this one before Bobby Brink cuts the lead in half, and then 3 more goals consecutively for the Wings make it 5-1 after the first, and this game looks like it's already over. But in the second, it's a John Tortorella coach team. Sean Couturier and Morgan Frost score 2 to make it 5-3. Head to the third, where the Flyers score 3 more consecutive goals, make that 5 in a row.
What the hell is even that?
For the 6-5 lead before Dylan Larkin, just about 40 seconds after Owen Tippett's leading goal, ties it back up at 6. And then in the overtime, nobody's able to score. We head all the way to the shootout. Lucas Raymond and Patty Kane are the 2 goal scorers there. So Detroit bails themselves out here. They do get the win 7-6 in a shootout. Neither goalie's very good. Carter Hart especially had a couple rough ones go in. That goal by Larkin especially to tie the game up at 6 was one he probably wants back. But nonetheless, it's a 7-6 win for the Wings, a game they desperately needed to get 2 points in because they have fallen pretty quickly out of a playoff spot here in the Eastern Conference. The Oilers taking on the New York Rangers in a battle of 2 more very high-powered offenses. Blake Wheeler opens the scoring about halfway through off a beautiful feed from Mika Zibanejad, just a one-touch pass from behind the net, right out to Stu Skinner's glove side in the slot, and he buries it. Stu and the defenseman there, I believe Matthias Ekholm, both almost on the wrong side of the crease. Only goal in the first, and there's no goals in the second, so we head all the way to the third, where the Oilers finally crack open Jonathan Quick, who was great this game, but the Oilers do get 4 in a row here in just about 10 minutes. Zach Hyman, Evander Kane, Warren Fogle, and Ryan McLeod all score. Actually, about 6 and some change minutes apart. Mika Zibanejad scores to make it a 4-2 game, and then Will Cooley, with less than a second left, scores to make it 4-3. One that Stu Skinner probably wants back. You could see he was frustrated about this one, but I think realized it was all good because they still got the win. So a .912 save percentage for Skinner, stopping 31 of 34. For Quick, it's an .857, 24 of 28, but he still had some phenomenal saves, especially early on in this game. Really entertaining game. Nonetheless, though, a 4-3 win for the Oilers, who also needed one pretty badly. The Jets taking on the Boston Bruins, and the Jets looked very good in this one, man. They score the first 4 goals of the game. It's a relatively low-scoring first. Josh Morrissey with the only goal, and it's with 8 seconds to play. In the second, it's Velarde and Niederreiter to make it 3-0. Adam Lowry tacks on a 4th to make it 4-0 in the third before Brandon Carlo scores the lone Bruins goal, and Niederreiter gets his second of the game to make it that 5-1 final for the Jets. Connor Hellebuck, as per usual, very good in this one. 24-25 stops for him. For Swayman, 28-33, not the best game statistically, but he had some good stops here as well. This Jets team just looked good, man. They wore down the Bruins all night long. Really strong offensively, obviously, and keeping the Bruins to just 25 shots is not a small feat. So a huge win for the Jets. They move to first in the Central once again. The Bruins still first in the Atlantic, but if Toronto can get out of their little losing skid here and find some saves, I could see Toronto catching up to this Boston team relatively quickly. Final game of the night, the Blackhawks taking on the Montreal Canadiens, and it looked pretty good early for Chicago. In this one, they scored the first and only goal in the first period, Ryan Donato, off a really nice pass from Connor Bedard. They also opened the scoring in the second, going up 2-0 on a Jason Dickinson goal, but from there, it's mostly Canadians. Stevens, Anderson, and Slavkovsky makes it 3-2 before the second period closes, and then in the third, Nick Suzuki and David Savard with the empty netter, making it a 5-2 final in favor of the Habs. Peter Mrazek, just 23 of 27, not his best night. Caden Primo for the Habs, though, 19-21, wasn't very busy, but stopped the shots he needed to collect the W. Again, a 5-2 win for Montreal, who's in 6th in the Atlantic. Chicago maintains their 8th seed in the Central. And that was it for NHL regular season recap night 72. Recording this the day after because I forgot to close the video. Got power rankings later today, and then the recap, of course, of the 14-game slate tomorrow. So we'll talk to you guys later this afternoon, and then again tomorrow. Hopefully everyone's having a good holiday weekend.